We're here with Senator Minchin, who's kindly made his time available to have a chat about our constitutional arrangements. Senator, do you feel that there's a need for any fundamental change to our current constitutional arrangements?
No, I don't, and I think most Australians don't either. It's the classic case of, these proponents of republic have a solution to a non-problem, and I think that's the fundamental failing in their case. They haven't identified exactly what is wrong with our constitution that requires this radical, very radical proposal to completely rewrite our constitution, to write out the concept of the Crown and replace it with a Republican proposal. And they've never established that. And that's why I think they will continue to fail unless, which I don't believe they ever will, they can convince Australians that there is something fundamentally wrong with our constitution that requires this radical upheaval of our constitutional structure.
One of the things that Republicans are pushing for is the use of a plebiscite to gauge interest on the issue. Now, I mean, that concept has been compared to that of a blank cheque, inviting a vote of no confidence in our constitution without putting details on the table about exactly what you want to change it to. What are your thoughts on, firstly, the use of a plebiscite, but secondly, to sort of have something put to the people which could provide a period of instability and nothing to replace it?
Yeah, I'm strongly opposed to a plebiscite, and anyone who supports our current system should also strongly oppose the quite cynical and manipulative device of having a plebiscite to start this process. Our founding fathers, in their wisdom, provided a very good mechanism by which constitutional questions are to be determined, and that's that a bill goes through the Parliament for a referendum at which a majority of the people and a majority of the states can change our constitution if they so choose. A plebiscite achieves absolutely nothing. It is dangerous because, having had a long experience in opinion polling, you can get any answer you like from just by tweaking the question. I wouldn't trust any Labor government in particular to put a question that was fair and neutral to the people on this, whereas a referendum, of course, is the actual amendments that are being proposed. Some people think a referendum is like a plebiscite. It's not. It's asking people whether or not they want to put the following provisions in the Constitution, and that is a much more appropriate mechanism. So I'm strongly opposed to a plebiscite in principle. I think everybody should shout it down, but it is also dangerous because, as you alluded to, if you were to get, because of a warped question, a yes vote for change, then you've sort of got this national vote of no confidence in our current institutions. You undermine the authority of the Governor General and the whole, the Crown in our system, without any replacement or any real prospect of successful replacement. Because you could have a plebiscite where 52% say yes, we should become a republic, and then a referendum where 52% say no, we want the status quo. It's just it's a terrible idea, and it's a scam, and should be strongly opposed by all fair-minded Australians.
Finally, the point you raised about polling is particularly relevant. We've just had Prince William visiting Australia. He's been plugging Australian trade, saying Australia's open for business. And as you say, anyone who knows anything about opinion polling will tell you that you need to look at the trend line over time. So you get these freak polls that suggest, that there's some ridiculous support for a republic, but they're not looking at the trend over time. How is Prince William going to affect, particularly young Australians, but Australians at large, opinion on this issue?
Well, we can all have our opinions on it. I mean, I always argue what's fundamental about this is the system itself. Do we have a system that works or don't we? I think we should all understand that we're talking about the utility of our constitutional structures and do they serve the purpose. I don't think we should get hung up on the family, the personalities. We have a system involving the Crown as the sovereign that works brilliantly well, and we should understand that, and that's the basis on which I defend it and argue it. And I think getting into the personalities is risky. Albeit there's no doubt that Prince William is extremely popular, and I think will, obviously, speaking objectively, be an asset to the case for retaining our constitutional monarchy. But I don't think that hand should be overplayed, because is, I think, what's important for Australians to understand is the extraordinary value and utility of our existing constitutional structures that stand the test of time and that are not a function of which personalities happen to be occupying the particular positions in the royal family. You know, if you go down the path of saying, "Oh, isn't this great about Prince William?" Well, the next time there's a member of the royal family who, you know, not quite so appealing, you're caught on your own petard. So we should welcome the fact that the second in line to the throne is such a capable and competent young man, and will obviously be able to perform his duties exceptionally well. But what's important is from Australia's point of view, is that we have this extraordinarily successful system of constitutional arrangements which are the envy of the world, in my view.
Thank you.
Pleasure.